Hey everybody, it's Michael with Bay Area Hiking Guides. Give me that information, give me that knowledge to go out there and hike with confidence. And today we're going to be talking about kids and hiking with those kiddos. Some wonderful places that we have here in the Bay Area that are awesome places to go to hike with your kids. And how to kind of get them into hiking. I know that can be tricky for some as they like to just sleep in all day long.
Giving you that information, giving you that knowledge to hike with confidence.
Alright, so I'm up here with the lovely Heidi. I have Naomi on the camera. She's pretty good with the camera. And then we also have Christina. And when you're out there and you want to go out and venture, and maybe you got some kids yourself. I don't have any kids, you know. I got a Santa hat. But, so one of the really cool things is there's some awesome places to go and hike with kids that really allow them to kind of explore and enjoy the awesome benefits of nature. Christina, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Hey guys, so I have kind of grown up hiking, not real avidly, but like my parents would take us to Yosemite one summer, or Grand Canyon another summer, and that was pretty much the extent of our hiking, was just over the summers. As I got into my teens, I kind of would go to local parks and do a little more hiking around there with friends, and it was just something that I always enjoyed doing, especially with other people, and so that's something that that our family does. And it's just what we do.
Awesome. And Heidi, what about you? Tell us a little bit about you.
I am fond of hiking. And I am 9 years old.
9 years old? Oh, awesome. What an awesome age.
And we've been to Crater Lake, Yosemite, all of Yellowstone, and
so you've been to a lot of really cool places. Wow, you like some of those places that I haven't even been to, and you love to go out there and kind of explore and experience some of the new things on your hikes. You're always loving to point stuff out and show everybody about what you found, huh?
yes.
Awesome. That is fantastic. It's good to have kids out there and explore and learn a lot about nature, because there's so many awesome things that we can learn from nature. So as we get into hiking, a lot of people on YouTube has always mentioned to me, they're like, hey, where can I go to hike with the kids? So where is some of the really good places in the Bay Area that you can go to hike with kids?
So some good places to go hiking with kids are, of course, Rock City. There is a spot in Redwood Regional Park where the ladybugs like to get together. Sunol Regional Wilderness is nice, especially the Little Yosemite area. And there's waterfalls kind of everywhere. Shadow Cliffs is really good, especially for the smaller kids, because it's flat. You can also do fishing there, and there's like a pond area. So that's a good one for really little kids. Also, Tilden has the Botanical Gardens, which are great. And also Lake Garden in Kensington. It's kind of a little known place, but it's really neat, especially for the little kids. Anywhere that there's a labyrinth is pretty much a go. There's a labyrinth in Lime Ridge. Actually, I think there's 3 of them.
So we're up here on Mt Diablo, and we are in Rock City here. And there's a lot of awesome places to go out and explore and take the kids, and they can just kind of venture off. As you can see, Heidi likes to run around like a little monkey everywhere. How do you keep track of the kids? I mean, when they're running around, jumping up on rocks, I'm sure a lot of people will be kind of afraid of that.
I basically dress them in something bright, usually, or have them carry something bright. So this is a backpack that Heidi used to use when she was smaller. She has a different backpack now, but it's got a whistle. So we have trying to teach them a little bit of Morse code, and so they each have their own sound. So when I whistle, they listen for their sound, and then they know who I'm whistling for, and then they need to whistle back to me, so I have an idea of where they are. And when kids are smaller, you want to keep them closer usually. And as they get bigger, I let them have a little more room.
So as we get into some of the longer hikes, because I know you've done some pretty long hikes with the kids already. You did a 10-miler recently with them up at Los Trampas.
Yeah.
They knocked that out in no time. You went up to the falls with me back last spring. And is there some techniques or things that you do to continue to help them move forward and knock out those mileage so they have something to look forward to?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not ashamed to bribe my kids. So they can earn packs of gummies, like the little packs. So Heidi earns one of these for every 4 miles. Naomi gets one for every 5 miles. I basically go half their age in mileage. We'll probably cap that at about 7 miles to earn it, because, for example, right now I probably have to hike about a long day of hiking just to earn one of these, so keep it reasonable. My other favorite is they are kind of like M&Ms, but they're so the candy shell's colored with food coloring. You get these at Harvest House up in Concord, or I think Trader Joe's has them in the little packages.
Harvest House in Concord. I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good natural foods.
Really?
Really neat bulk area. And then, of course, kids like their lollipops. So they can have these too. The only thing to keep in mind, though, is when you give them something sugary, they're going to be more thirsty, which is going to lead to more potty breaks. And so when you have to take the kids out to use the facilitaries, you got to remember to use leave no trace principles. When they're little, it's pretty easy to just hold them, let them do their thing, and just kind of shake them dry a little. But as they get older, you're going to have to keep a Ziploc bag with you to use toilet paper in. Some people use a bandana or some other sort of dedicated piece of fabric. Another thing I did with the kids when they were really little is we had a potty seat that actually folded. So you could pop the legs out and stand it up, and it was it was easier for them to sit down and go, and it had liner bags that you could collect the waste in, and then you just toss that in a bag and keep that until you are able to dispose of it properly. And since they're older now, and sometimes we go on really long hikes, I have a little kit that I keep that's got wipes, a shovel, and of course the Ziploc bag or the zip top bag. And then another way to keep kids comfortable is you want to make sure that they have good comfortable gear, right? So there's no such thing as bad weather or a bad hike. There's just better choices that can be made. So we have them pack layers. When they were really little, I would carry everything for them. As they got a little bigger, they would carry their backpack. And the reason I wanted them to have the backpack was for the whistle. And it was just carry the backpack. As they got bigger, we would have them carry their water bottle and then their snacks. And then eventually, we got them little binoculars so that they could look out and see whatever was farther away that they want to get a better look at. But also having shoes that are very comfortable. So you want to make sure that it's got good tread, and that it's comfortable for them to hike in, because there is nothing more annoying than a kid who's whining on a hike that you thought was only 9 miles long up in the Sierras, but feels more like 12 by the time you get back and you check your phone. And half of that time they've been going on about their feet hurting. It's not a good day. The kids have also really enjoyed hiking with friends. It's amazing the difference you see when you take your kids hiking as a family versus when you go hiking with friends. I mean, the kids they encourage each other, and it's really cool. They'll spot really neat things along the trail that as a grown-up, we're higher up, and we don't, as in taller, not, so we might not see the same things that they see, and it's really neat when they go, hey, look at this rock, look at this bug, look at this flower. So, yeah.
All right, so you also have some other things awesome to talk about if you have a younger kid. You can have a little carrying case there.
Yeah, so
That's
great
awesome.
for babies or toddlers. Sometimes, early elementary age. So you can get different kinds of carriers. My favorite was always the soft-sided carrier. Sort of it's like a backpack. Got a waist belt, chest clip, soft pads, and this was a lifesaver for me. Most of the hiking we did early on, I was carrying one of the kids, if not both of them, and so this was really fun to have. Another thing I like to carry is if I know that it's gonna be a long hike and we're gonna stop for a snack, I carry an outdoor blanket.
Ooh.
So this one is the one that I have, and it is pretty water resistant. I've sat it down on wet grass and had better luck than with a thicker blanket from a well-known large warehouse store that I bought one at. And it's got, this one in particular has like, you can stake it down if you need to. But I just like that, you know, it's big. So, you know, if the ground's wet, I can get myself and my 2 kids on here. We've had other kids sit on here. It wipes off pretty easily. I think it's dirty. So it's been another fun thing to bring. Are doing longer hikes. Sticks are great. So, and if they're consistently using sticks, a nice, you know, collapsible set of trekking poles is not a bad idea if it's something that they're willing to carry and use. We actually had gotten my older daughter a set because nervous around larger dogs, and so I told her, I said, okay, we'll carry poles. And so what I would have her do is whenever she saw a dog coming, she would cross the poles in front of herself as a barrier. So I said definitely don't touch the animal with it, just make a block, right? So you have your space, and that really helped her feel more confident on the trail, that she didn't have to worry that, you know, someone's dog off leash was going to come up and, you know, run her over or anything.
Awesome. And, you know, I can tell that you're really, really prepared. It's always good to have medical on standby, too. You have a little medical pack, I'm sure.
First aid kit.
Having these little first aid kits, yeah, and then you've got all kinds of stuff just in case need be. Because, you know, kids are always either hungry or they need water or all that other stuff. And I'm sure that it must be quite a pleasure to get them up early in the morning to get them out there on the hike, especially on a foggy day like we have today.
Yeah.
We'll show you some other little feed as we are venturing on. We've got Heidi running around up in the rocks and stuff like that, so we'll show you that as well. Well, come along with us, guys. We got the kiddos here. I got Heidi right there, Naomi on the camera. Oh, yeah. We got Christina and Laura, and we're about to continue on with this hike and tell you more about hiking with kids. Well, come on along.
And it's really foggy.
It is a foggy day, huh?
Yep.
Good thing you got the bulls with you. And you can barely see a thing, right, Heidi?
Yep. Whoa, those ones are connected.
Down here. Yep.
Those are connected.
Yep, at the knuckle.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Put them on a piece of...
Different approach.
They're big.
That's what I said.
Oh, wow. All the moisture that it sucks up, huh?
Yep.
Really cool.
I know.
Pretty awesome. Kind of got that Christmassy vibe to it, huh?
Yep.
Very cool.
I've been writing on these rocks. Some in hearts, some in stars. Most people put H plus E or something like that. So this one is a rectangle with a line through it.
Oh,
And then
okay.
a pitchfork.
Very
sticking
cool.
out. And then over here is a star. That is terribly drawn, but okay. I'm still looking for other weird carvings, but...
Oh, yeah?
I'm able to take a picture.
Yeah, we should get Naomi back up there to take a photo.
And it's a really good view. Come on. Come on, it's super fun. And I said about 5 minutes.
Just be careful. I don't know what that drop looks like from here.
It's pretty far down. This is the view I was talking about.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We enjoyed hanging out here with the girls and yourself as well, and my wife somewhere knitting away like a spider. But thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Really appreciate it. All right, have a wonderful day. Thanks for checking us out. Take care.
Boopers!
Had a very shiny nose.
I have a reindeer car.
And if you ever saw...
That one more time.
Wait, what I want you to do is go.
I am not doing that.
Come on.
No.
Can I get more? Yeah. sneaky.
Bring that back.
Oh. Heidi, you are keeping me young.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yes, it's a good thing. Well, what did you find up there?
I found a carving. H plus E. Right down here.
All right, so that's probably a teenager expressing his love for his girlfriend.
I like animals. I like birds. And I think a parakeet would be nice. Because they're cute.
Mom doesn't want to have you. Mom won't let you have a parakeet, huh?
Even though she had one.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. You had a parakeet.
Yeah, I had a parakeet. I love having a parakeet. When we had a cockatiel when Yummy was born. So people who would be taking care of said yes. Generally live in the opposite direction of where we want to go.
You see, Heidi? Your mom just gave an example of why you won't have a parakeet. But you ran away.
Giving you that information, giving you that knowledge to hike with confidence.